Welcome everyone to another edition of Birdview tutorial. In this edition, we're going to focus our attention on project dependencies, also called task dependencies, are relationships between tasks that are based on their sequence. Dependent tasks require one or more other tasks to be completed or started before the team or the resource can start to work on them. Birdview makes configuring and supporting dependencies very easy with the use of the Gantt view. So let's get to it. What are the different types of dependencies that Birdview supports? We'll begin with the finish to start dependency. In this dependency, the dependent task B cannot begin until the task that it depends on, A, is complete. Another common type of dependency found in Birdview as well is the start to start dependency. In this instance, the dependent task B cannot begin until the task that it depends on, A, begins. And lastly, in Birdview, you will also find the start to finish dependency type. The dependent task B cannot be marked as completed until the task that it depends on, A, begins. Now that you're aware of the different types of dependencies that are supported in Birdview, let's put that to a test to ensure that we have a great understanding of how dependencies can be configured in Birdview. In this particular example, we're also going to demonstrate an inter-project dependency. We've filtered two projects using the Gantt view. We've set our frequency to weekly and positioned our screen in such a way that on the left-hand side we can see a start date, end date, and on the right-hand side we've got our different tasks. In this example, we're going to start off by doing a finish to start dependency. To draw out your dependency, when you hover your mouse over the specific activity, you're going to see the two dots that appear towards the start and the end. We're going to grab the dot that appears at the end and we're going to build out a finish to start dependency. When remove from service finishes, halt preparation begins. To confirm that we've set up the right dependency, click on the arrow, and here you've got a visual confirmation that you've established a finish to start dependency. When the task remove from service is completed, halt preparation can begin. We're going to continue with this. In this example, we're going to say that when halt preparation 1 begins, halt preparation 2 can also begin. Draw out that dependency by creating a start to start dependency. To confirm, click on the arrow, and here you've got that visualization confirmed. Next, we're going to look to set up a start to finish dependency. So when halt preparation 2 starts, the activity marked vessel repainting on the second dairy project cannot be completed until halt preparation 2 begins. When you click on the arrow, you've got a start to finish dependency, and there's that visualization confirming what you have just configured. With every dependency type, you can configure lag days. So here, if you wanted to set up a buffer of 5 days, you're able to do so, and you save that information, and that visualization changes on the Gantt view as well. You can use the sliders that appear, plus minus 30 days, and the application will update this information. Now that you have the dependencies configured, how does this impact the resources that are going to be assigned to it? From my assignments page, it is important to ensure that activities with unfinished predecessors, this toggle should be enabled. So Birdview can visually show you activities with unfinished predecessors. There's that red chain link icon that shows you clearly that this activity depends on unload cargo, and you're getting to see this information because in this instance, the unload cargo task is also being assigned to the exact same resource working on the activity clear ballast tank. In addition to displaying the unfinished predecessors in my assignments, it's also important to note that in your activity center, we do have a column that you can enable for dependency. Select the column, add the dependency column. This way you get to see the specific tasks that have a dependency associated with them, and if there is a lag day you are able to see that information as well. When working with dependencies in the Activity Center, it is also important to recognize the ability to be able to click on a specific dependent activity. In this case, we've highlighted Remove from Service as the dependent task. When you click on it, we'll be able to take you right to that specific activity. Going back to the original or the dependent task, here you are able to also use the plus sign to expand and add additional dependencies. When adding new dependencies, it's very important to pay attention that you can only select from a project within the same space. So right now we are working in the main space and it lists out all of the projects that pertain to this space. Currently, into space, project dependencies are not supported, so you have to have a dependent project in the same exact space. Be able to identify that specific project, choose the appropriate task, and then build out your relation between a finish to start, a start to start, or a start to finish dependency at the lag days if required, very similar to what you would have done in the Gantt view, and save. Now the application will show you that there are 2 dependent activities associated with this specific task. It's also equally important to recognize that each of these activities, when you look at a specific task and you click on it, there is a number, a unique number that appears on the specific activity. 858, for instance, refers to the specific task that is dependent on the other project. In this example, we're looking at a specific ID number that Birdview uses to build out these relationships. Lastly, if you require to remove a dependency, we've made that very easy. Click on the plus sign in the details screen, and here you are clicking the eraser icon or the waste bin icon and select remove, and that dependency is removed. Be sure to click on save so the action can be executed. The audit trail will also capture this critical information that a dependency has been removed, who was the person that removed it, when was it removed, and this way you can keep track of any changes to your dependent task. Additional details and a great summary of everything that we've covered in this video can also be found in our knowledge base article, Look Up Manage Dependencies, and we have provided additional information in there for your benefit. We certainly hope you've enjoyed this video. Look forward to hearing back from you. Send in your suggestions to success@birdviewpsa.com. Thank you for watching.